Camaro running in Class 2. My pick, keep an eye on the Charger about position number 7 with Tony Galbraith. He'll be in a pretty good position here with 4 laps left to go to the end of this race.
Just love that big Falcon, that big XA. Of course, won Bathurst in 1973 with Ian Gagan and the great Alan Moffat. Backed it up in 74 with Kevin Bartlett and John Goss taking the win. So now bringing huge money, those cars, pretty much in New Zealand and Australia.
Oh, big lock up there from the right front for Bruce Kett. He's struggling to get it stopped. Oh, Foggy's trying to back it in down into turn 2. Now, I think there might have been a little bit of contact.
Shane
There's
Johnson.
nothing on the right rear. He might have just got a little bit of a fright with Foggy having a look down the inside.
And he's there to stay. He's not coming out of there.
He has pirouetted the number 65 Mustang, and we have a new race leader, and it's Foggy. It's Angus Fogg. Now, he's been struggling with power steering issues all weekend. They may have got it sorted, or Angus is going to look like Popeye by the end of this race. But this car is on debut this weekend. Shane Wixton's made a lot of progress through the field, looking to the outside of Clark Hopkins and Andrew Turner and the beautiful Falcon Coupe of Cam Crawford.
Hang on, around the outside on a greasy track.
Only Shane Wixton will attempt that because he does have some just unnormal car control. He throws that big HQ around. It just shouldn't do the things that it's capable of doing. So Foggy's got the race lead here in that beautiful new Mustang.
He had 2 or 3 goes at trying to turn into the corner there too, so he's still struggling with some handling issues, but plenty of power.
A little bit wide off the exit too. He ran the car right over the centre of the ripple strip. Wixton's up to 2nd. Now, he started probably about the 5th to last car. Here's Tony Galbraith coming through. He's shadowing Clark Hopkins and Andrew Turner as well to the inside, and the Brock replica down the inside of Cam Crawford.
Look at that HQ go. What's that powered by, Jamie?
That's got NASCAR power under the hood, but it's a little bit bigger than most. Most of the typical NASCAR power plants are 358 cubic inches. That's over 400 cubic inches, so it's an Uber NASCAR engine, well over 800 horsepower, and the Tin Man, as he's nicknamed, can definitely hustle the heck out of one of these race cars. But look what's out in front. This show car of Angus Fogg, the Angus Fogg Racing J.A. Russell Mustang, on debut this weekend.
Fantastic. 1970 body shell. As you say, NASCAR engine, all NASCAR running gear effectively in that car. And driven by a guy that's pretty handy too behind the wheel.
Yeah, the boys bought wasn't a brand new, but they bought a Ford Fusion NASCAR, and all the running gear is in that car. And yeah, I think that's my favourite shaped Mustang. Bruce Kett holding on to 3rd, holding off Clark Hopkins in that beautiful Tirana, another beautiful car. For the Mopar fans, it's Tony Galbraith in the Charger, another NASCAR power plant underneath the hood of that very, very pretty race car.
So Fogg from Wixton, then Bruce Kett in P3, car 41. Hopkins still in the top 4. Galbraith, Turner, Graham, Crawford. Steve Scholes has moved into the top 9 from Greg Honor.
Yeah, Greg Honor's just working his way through some of that smaller class traffic as well. So race 1 winner. He's on a bit of a mission here in the 2nd of the Orange Mustangs. Bruce Anderson's been in the wars. He's just back there and shot behind Grant Dalton, the boss of the New Zealand America's Cup team, of course. Loves his motor racing, does a bit of motorcycle racing as well on the Isle of Man. You've got to be pretty brave to do that. It's Angus Fogg. Just check that car out. It's too pretty to race.
And good lap time too, 146.3 last time around. So he's a bit more than a second over the rest of the field at the moment.
Well, he is the quickest car on track. So, I mean, the early signs for that brand new race car are daunting for the rest of this field. Yeah, Dean Perkins and Greg Honor, those two have traded a little bit of paint over the years. 2 of the quickest cars in the Central Muscle Cars lineup. Mustang versus Falcon. Falcon started life as a traffic cop car, and it's been in Dean Perkins' family, I think, for more time than most of his family.
Down through Pirelli curve now, 2 laps to go. What's powering the Charger? Is that a V8 too?
Yeah, Mopar power plant. That is a NASCAR engine, another 358 cubic. Dean Perkins and Greg Honor side by side through turn 1, which on the approach is blind.
Oh.
So Perkins is on a mission here. He's gone by Clark Hopkins. Foggy's still your race leader. A 142.4 for Shane Wixton's just done the fastest lap of the race, so he's on the chase. Oh, Dean Perkins just off the apex. A big puddle of water just unsettled the car. So Wixton with a 2.3 second deficit to try and chase down Angus Fogg, who's trying to win this second race in the car's 2nd ever race. How sideways is Dean Perkins?
And you can see once they get off line too, being slick tyres on this greasy track and plenty of power to play with. Now they're side by side again. The Falcon down the inside of the Charger.
Yeah, I think Tony gave him a little bit of room there. He saw him coming as Greg Honor got a big sideways moment. That would have been a handful of opposite lock in the 429 Ford Mustang.
And is 429 the cubic inches?
No. No, it's not that big. It's not that big. That car started life basically as a supercar underneath the Mustang body, but you're not allowed to run that stuff in Central Muscle cars. Greg on a very, very capable racer, former series champion himself. There's John Mitchell in the background and behind Andrew Turner. Andrew Turner having a good run. There's Dean Hanson in the yellow HQ. Last lap board is out. Angus Fogg, there's the gap first to second. Shane Wixton, 42.7 from Foggy, a 42.4 from Wixton. So the black and gold Mustang has definitely got some express pace. If Angus has got the power steering, oh, Andrew Turner in the fence.
Oh, yes, that's
Andrew Turner in the fence on the last lap, and he was inside the top 6 or 7 as well. Into third goes Dee Perkins. Battle for fourth between Greg Honor and, for the Mopar fans, Tony Galbraith, former New Zealand modified champ. Spent a lot of seasons on the dirt speedways around New Zealand. John Mitchley looking to go down the inside here of Clark Hopkins. Well, this race has just lit up in the last couple of minutes.
I don't think we can do it, though. Oh, here we are.
Oh, out of the final corner, and it slid a long way. And there's the contact with the tyre bundle. That's better than concrete, but yeah, still not a good thing to hit. A little bit of work for that team to do overnight. Preparation for the second day in races 3 and 4 for the weekend. Greg Honor is trying very, very hard to get to Tony Galbraith. Shane Wixton continuing to chase down Angus Fogg. What a dream debut this might be if Foggy can hold on to it. And if it hasn't got power steering, he's my new hero.
Great colour too, isn't it? That vitamin C, I think they call it, that charger colour.
Wixton's actually lost ground. Foggy looking to win on debut the second ever race for this brand new race car, the J.A. Russell sponsored Mount Shop Mustang. A car I reckon is too pretty to race, but early signs, as I said, looking pretty ominous for the rest of the field as Angus Fogg is going to take the win in race number 2.
I think he's raised the bar for everybody. Look how well the car sits on the track, though. Like, it's just beautiful, beautiful to watch.
And a 42.8 on the last lap. Shane Wixton didn't give up trying. A 43.9. Lost a little bit of time in the last lap. Might have lost a little bit of time over the backside of the circuit that we didn't see, but look at the gap back to second. But put your hands together for Angus Fogg. There will be a huge smile underneath the helmet of one of the characters of New Zealand motorsport. Third, Dean Perkins. Fourth, Tony Galbraith held off Greg Honor for that fourth position, with John Mitchley completing the top 6.